What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and in today's video I'll be predicting the quarterfinal of Euro 2020. So what I want you to do is to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And please do me a favor and leave your predictions in the comment section down below. Guys, if you're looking for the perfect gift for the football lover in your family, look no more. Head on over to cardsplug.com/dominicrichfc. Use the coupon code dominicrichfc to get yourself 35% off until the end of Euro 2020. All the links will be in the description box down below. Trust me, you won't regret it. So just like we did for the group stages and the round of 16, we'll be using the predictor game on the UEFA website to predict the last 8. But before we predict the quarterfinal, let's just do a quick recap of what happened in the round of 16 and react to my predictions as well. So Denmark beat Wales 4-0. I did predict Denmark to move on. Italy beat Austria 2-1 after extra time. And I did predict Italy to move on. So I started really well. But things took a turn for the worse as the round of 16 progressed. Because the Czech Republic defeated the Netherlands 2-0. And I predicted the Netherlands to beat the Czech Republic. So I got that one dead wrong. Belgium scraped past Portugal 1-0, courtesy of a brilliant goal by Torgan Hazard. That I did predict to happen. So 3 out of 4. Not bad at all, but in the last 4 is where things just took a turn for the worse. So if I got one right, I'll pass, but if I didn't, then my round of 16 predictions was a total failure. Croatia 3, Spain 5 after extra time. I predicted Croatia to go through, and I never predicted a classic like that, but I got that one wrong. France 3, Switzerland 3 after extra time. Switzerland beating the French 5-4 on pens. I damn sure did not predict that to happen. So that's another one I got wrong. So 3 and 3. 3 wrong, 3 right. So 2 more, and I must get one right out of the last 2. You may think I didn't. England beat Germany 2-0. I predicted Germany to win the game. And Ukraine beat Sweden 2-1 after extra time. I predicted Sweden to win the game, so I got 3 out of 8 correct. Total failure. I should just give up predicting. Seriously, I should. But I'm gonna try my hand at the last 8. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna predict the quarterfinals. We could move on from the round of 16. Sometimes in life, you just gotta move on, man. You know what I mean? Even though it was an epic fail. Let's try this again. So in the quarterfinal, we have Belgium meeting Italy on the tougher side of the bracket. We have Switzerland playing Spain, where the winners will meet in the semis. This is the tougher side, right? Switzerland, Spain, Italy, Belgium. Ooh. Ukraine versus England. And then the winner of that one will meet the Czech Republic versus Denmark on the easier side of the bracket. Well, the so-called easier side. But if we learn anything from Euro 2020 so far, no game is easy, and we cannot write off a single team. So what we're going to do, we're going to start from the bottom, right? And then we're going to go back up to the top where the tougher teams play. Let's start with the Czech Republic versus Denmark. Jaroslav Silhavi's the Czech Republic defeated the Dutch, resulting in Frank de Boer resigning as national coach. So that's big. That is huge. And the Czech Republic came through a group with England, Croatia, and Scotland. Did a great job, and they got past the Dutch. Not a lot of people expected them to do that, but they did. So you got to give it to this team, man. Very gritty bunch with stars like Vladimir Koufal, Thomas Šusek, Tomas Holeš. You also have Patrick Schick up top. You have guys like Marcel Post and Hozek, Kral, and so on and so forth. Vachlich in goal. And you have guys like Kallas. You know, so the team has gelled well at Euro 2020. We have learned about some new stars in their setup as well. A lot of them play locally, and they're a very close-knit bunch, and they have used their cohesiveness and their oneness to actually prevail through this tournament. No one expected them to get this far. Remember, the Czechs were runners-up in Euro 1996. So they have pedigree. They have European pedigree. And it will be a tough task for Denmark to actually get the better of them. Talking about Denmark, who started the tournament on they started the worst way possible with the Christian Eriksen situation. Thank God he is alive and well. Hopefully he plays football again. But after losing their first 2 games, the Danes bounced back valiantly, first against the Russians and then against Wales, scoring 4 goals in those games. So they are on fire right now. They're red hot. And I think it would take a whole lot to beat the Danes right about now. Kasper Hjulmand has his team gelling very, very well. And it takes a remarkable effort from any team who could bounce back from such a tragic situation, psychologically and just physically as well. So you got to give it to the Danes. They're going to take a whole lot of beating here. Stars like Mikkel Damsgaard, Kasper Dolberg has come through. You also have Joachim Mæhle, the left back, has looked really, really good. The whole team has looked good. The veterans in the squad, also Kasper Schmeichel, and the 1992 European champions would want to do their best to get to the semis once again. So for this one is a little tricky to predict, seeing that you cannot write off the Czech Republic. But this Danish team, I think they got what it takes to even get as far as the final and miraculously win the whole thing. I kid you not. They could write the best underdog story of all time, beating the one they wrote at Euro 1992. I kid you not. And I'm going to go for Denmark to get the better of the Czech Republic here. But let me just say this. I won't be surprised if the Czechs win. I really won't, because every team left in the tournament have shown that they have a lot of quality. But I'm going to go for Denmark to move on. Again, I won't attempt to try to predict whether the games would end in 90 minutes or extra time or go to pens. I do that when I'm live. When I'm live and I'm talking about the games, then I actually go more into detail about what I think would happen. But right about now, I really can't put my money on it. It can go the distance. It can. If we learn anything from the tournament so far, all these games could go the distance. So I'm going for Denmark to move on. Sorry, Czech Republic, but it'll be bye-bye for you. Thanks for coming. We move on to the next one, where we have Ukraine beating England. Guys, remember Ukraine came through as one of the best third-place teams, and they were actually the worst team coming into the round of 16. I kid you not. Came through Group C with the Netherlands, Austria, who's already out of the competition, and North Macedonia. But Ukraine are the only team left from Group C. Only last man standing from Group C. Let me put it that way. And Andriy Shevchenko has inspired his team to a remarkable run at the Euros. I think this is the furthest they've ever got, which is simply amazing. And to come up against a spirited England team, it would not be an easy task to topple Gareth Southgate's 3 lines. Not at all. But Alexander Zinchenko has been quality at this tournament. Andrei Yarmolenko, absolutely amazing. That outside of the left foot passes Zinchenko for that goal against Sweden. Oh my God. Roman Yaremchuk, what a player. He's been having a breakout year as well. And you have to mention goalkeeper Bushchan. Bushchan has been big for Ukraine at this tournament. Young defenders like Zabani, Mikolenko, Shaparenko, all these guys have actually contributed. And the goal scorer, the hero against the Swedes, I think his name is Dominic, if I'm not mistaken. I can't even remember this guy because that was the first time I saw this player. If they could be inspired by that performance and come up against England and do the simple things right, play as a unit, they can topple England. But let me let you know this right now. It will take a whole lot of toppling to topple this England team, who has not yet conceded a single goal at Euro 2020, which means they have the best defensive record in the tournament. Simply amazing. England have been solid, they have been compact, they have been resolute. Not spectacular, but I think they are actually getting better as the tournament progresses. You saw what Gareth Southgate did against Germany, outclassing Joachim Löw, matching him to his own tactics, even bettering him in the end. Harry Kane finally coming to the party. Raheem Sterling has been in great form. Calvin Phillips, so exquisite in the middle of the field. Harry Maguire coming back into the fold. And John Stones have been solid, along with Pickford. Luke Shaw. The whole team has been playing some damn good football. Bukayo Saka. And their bench strength, including Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, Jude Bellingham, Jadon Sancho, Tyrone Ming, and even the reserves who has not even been getting a look in, guys like Ben White, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, so on and so forth. This English team has a lot of quality. Lot of quality. And the caliber of football that they play in the Premier League could shine through. It would take a whole lot to beat this English team. And to just cut a long story short, England, who came through their group stages unscathed. Only Scotland really give them a run for their money, in my opinion. And to get past Germany, they have a path straight to the final. I think it's going to be England versus Denmark in the semis. Is it coming home again? Last time it did was in 1966. So England will move on. If Ukraine does manage to get the better of England, this would send shockwaves to the footballing world. And we do like shockwaves. So all the best to Ukraine. And now we're going to move on to the tougher side of the bracket, where we have Switzerland versus Spain. And when I did a head-to-head check, Switzerland have only defeated Spain on one single occasion. Spain has about 14 wins, or so the disparity is large. It's going to take a whole lot to beat the Spanish team, who as well has gotten better as the tournament progressed. Luis Enrique has been getting his combination right with the inclusion of Cesar Azpilicueta, his leadership qualities popping up with a goal in the last game. Spain has scored 5 in their last 2 games. And it's in result of the captain coming back. The man with a whole lot of experience coming back. Sergio Busquets has to be the catalyst for all of this. Can't find no other reason. Morata needs to step up. Morata needs to step his game up. Even though he scored in the last game, Morata needs to step up. I think he has about 2 goals, but 2 goals from about 25 chances, Morata has to step his game up. Ferran Torres and Dani Olmo has been 2 of the best players at the tournament so far for Spain, and they're growing with confidence as the tournament progresses. I know Croatia did give them a run for their money, so conceding 3 goals will be a bother for Spain. Laporte at the back has been rather solid, popping up with a goal as well. Eric Garcia, his partner in the last game. Luis Enrique may look to bring in Pau Torres. Spain, they could tinker with their 11. I think there might be a little bit of tweaking to this 11 against the Swiss, but it may be positive changes. Nothing that will raise eyebrows, in my opinion. Jody Alba might come back into the fold, and you may see Dani Olmo start this game. Who knows? It might be Dani Olmo, Ferran Torres, and it could be Morata up top. That could be some changes that could actually give Spain a whole lot of advantage coming up against a very spirited Switzerland team under Vladimir Petkovic, coming off of a huge win. I said huge. I meant humongous win against world champions France, and it took them a penalty shootout. Both of these teams went the distance, so this is something we have to note. The teams that went the distance, it's gonna be very difficult for them, seeing that they were stretched. If we go back down to the first part of the bracket that we spoke about here, Denmark, Czech Republic, 90 minutes of football. England, 90 minutes of football. Ukraine, 120 minutes. So that would definitely have some bearing on the result, in my opinion. But let's go back up here to Switzerland, who will be without their talismanic captain, Granit Xhaka. That'll be a big miss because Granit Xhaka was the star of the match in that win against France. That exquisite pass to Mario Gavanovic to equalize, to make it 3-3. That was amazing, but they will miss him. Someone else needs to step in, and someone else needs to step up. But this Swiss team has shown us that they have a never ever say die attitude. And even though they had an opportunity to go 2-0 up against France and they squandered it and then went 3-1 down, they were able to fight back and win the game. So Spain will take note of this, that the Swiss are no pushovers. Haris Seferovic, he's in very, very good form. Or I should say red hot form right about now. Mario Gavanovic has been playing well off the bench throughout the tournament. Breel Embolo looks good. Shaqiri is always a threat. And the guys, the supporting cast is always there and about. They have quality defenders in Elvedi, Akanji, Fabian Shaw. Whoever starts, they have some quality in their team. And Jan Sommer, man, coming up with that big save against Kylian Mbappe, he would be buzzing with confidence. Switzerland will take a lot of beating. But I do fancy the Spanish team to move on to the semis. So I'm going to go for Spain, who has gotten better as the tournament progressed. They didn't look too good at all against Sweden. They didn't look too good against Poland, but against Slovakia, woo! And to a certain extent against Croatia, they did come up with the goods. Last but not least, the big one, the juggernaut, the elephant in the room, Belgium versus Italy. And I think this one will give most people headache trying to predict. Italy does have a better head-to-head over Belgium. Much, much better. Historically, they have handled Belgium very, very well. But we're not talking about history right now. We're talking about now, where Belgium are the #1 ranked team in the world. They had a great run at World Cup 2018. They had a really good run in the Nations League. And in World Cup qualifiers, they have started very, very stellar. They have been very stellar. Italy missed World Cup 2018, but under Mancini, they have been rebuilding and they have broken a national record where they have gone 31 games without a single loss. And I think they have gone about 11 games. I think 11 wins, if I'm not mistaken, 12 wins or so. So look, regardless to if I'm getting the records right and if it's factual, the Italian team, we can conclude, has been absolutely amazing. Roberto Mancini have used about 60 plus players during his tenure, and he has done this in order to get the combination right. And I think he has about 26, 25 or so very, very good players in his ranks, and he has done a great job, and they have looked good in all departments: goalkeeping, defending, midfield, and in attack. And even their bench has been showing that they are very, 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 very important. You see Chiesa, Pessina coming off the bench in that game to win, to move on against Austria. So look. You can't underestimate the Italians. But this Belgian team, man, this Belgian team, even though they would be sweating the fitness of Eden Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne, both their talisman, and they look good, but they need those players fit. They need them fit, and they need them fully fit. Romelu Lukaku has been in great form. Maybe not so much Dries Mertens, maybe not so much Carrasco. Guys like Nasser Chadli haven't really been getting the game time. Torgan Hazard could be key here, seeing that he scored the only goal in that game against Portugal. So Belgium coming up against Portugal, toppling the defending champions. That should send out some really, really good signals in the atmosphere, right? And Italy would know they have their work cut out for them. One thing that could be a worry for Belgium is their defense. Are they going to go in with the more experienced trio of Vermaelen, Vertonghen, and Alderweireld, or they are is Roberto Martinez going to switch it up again and bring in a Dedrick Boyata or a Denier? That's something he has to work out. There's also the wing backs. Torgan Hazard, Munier has been playing well. The guys in the middle, Yuri Tillemans has been, having a good tournament, albeit a quiet one. Aksavica will be key. But the main men we have to keep an eye on are Kevin De Bruyne and Eden Hazard. And they came off injured in the last game. But they have a week to get fit. And I think they will be fit enough to even start or be on the bench here. Thibaut Courtois has had a great tournament as well. So let's not forget that. This one is very difficult to predict. But, oh man, this is so hard. Why? You know what I mean? Why we gotta get this matchup? This should have been the final or something. But I'm gonna have to. I might be wrong here, but I think this is where the great run for the Italians come to an end, and Belgium will prevail and move on to the semis to play Spain. I don't think Belgium are gonna get knocked out right. I think Belgium are one of the top contenders now that both the defending champions, Portugal, and the World Cup champions, France, have been knocked out. Belgium has moved up the pecking order. And I'm going to go for Belgium to meet Spain in the semis. And for the other semis, England to meet Denmark. So let me recap. Denmark to beat the Czech Republic, England to beat Ukraine, Spain to beat Switzerland, and Belgium to beat Italy. I think I was pretty fair and unbiased in my analysis and my predictions, guys. And I would want you to do the same in the comments and let me know yours. Make sure you take your time. Don't be too impulsive. Use your gut feeling or go with your heart. But either way, let me know your predictions down below. Guys, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video if you like it. And don't forget to head on over to cardsplug.com to get you one of those beautiful football cards with that Euro 2020 design. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich FC to get yourself 35% off until the end of the tournament. Trust me, you won't regret it, okay? So, from your boy Dominic Rich, thanks for watching. Another one. Until next time. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.